going to assume that there are some people that clicked on this video just to say that they didn't underestimate the Celtics and they knew this was going to happen the entire time. And that is completely understandable. I get it. But at the same time, I don't think a lot of people thought that this would be a real stat line in an NBA Finals game. I went into this game being 100% on the side of the Dallas Mavericks. And that's not in a way where I'm being a fan of them and hate watching the Boston Celtics. No, I was doing it because I wanted to see what they had taken from game one. A big conversation around the Dallas Mavericks is how they are always bad in game ones and that Jason Kidd uses those games to adjust his game plan and make the best rotations and best moves for game two and so on. And that did happen. There was a ton of differences in this game when you compare it to game one. But I seriously don't think anything can stop this Boston Celtics team. And I know it's a little bit ironic that I'm out here talking so highly of the Boston Celtics, even though I haven't made a video about them. I don't think this entire playoff run. I think I also had them losing in the Eastern Conference Finals in my prediction video. Like, I know that this may look like I'm just jumping on the bandwagon, but I think the big reason as to why I didn't see this coming and a lot of other people didn't see this coming is because the Boston Celtics had a very quiet finals run. Now, some people might just say that it was an easy finals run, and I know that I have said that before as well. The Mavericks, on the other hand, had to go through the Clippers, which was a loud series because they had played each other before and everyone was so hyped up on the Clippers this year. And then they go through the OKC Thunder, which is this young, fun team that was the #1 seed in the Western Conference. Then they go up against the Minnesota Timberwolves, who just beat the Nuggets in game 7. Like, there was a lot of just hype overall. Whether or not you think that these teams that the Mavericks went up against were good or not, it was a loud run to the playoffs. Everyone was talking about them, whereas on the other side of things, I didn't see a single damn person mention the Celtics versus Heat series until after the series. Hey, editing KingCharge here. I don't know how I fucked this up so badly, but what I meant to say was that nobody talked about that series once it was over, so I kind of mean the opposite of what I just said in the video. So yeah, sorry about that. Same thing with the Cleveland Cavaliers. It was nothing like what we saw from the West. So I think going into this NBA Finals, no one expected them to be this good. All of that being said, though, let's actually hop into game 2 because there is a ton of different things to go over. And I guess we might as well start right where we left off, which is the performance from Kyrie Irving. When this game started, in the fourth quarter, I think Kyrie went 4 for 5 from the field. And that's when I thought, okay, this is the moment. This is the switch at the Dallas Mavericks that, you know, everyone talks about in game 1 and game 2. I thought it was going to be the moment. He even had this one shot where it looked like it was a 3 at first, but his foot was obviously on the line. And when that went down, I thought he was starting to make his threes. I mean, things were looking good for the Dallas Mavericks. And you also had Luka Doncic that was going crazy on the offensive end as well. The overall vibe from the Mavericks was good. They knew that they weren't getting beat right away and that they actually had a chance to, you know, contest in this game. And then the second half kicked in, which is when Luka Doncic went ice cold, especially in the fourth quarter. And Kyrie Irving, once again, I don't know what it is about the fucking Boston fans or Lucky the Leprechaun, but he once again went ice cold. And it's not only the fact that Kyrie wasn't able to maybe hit some of his shots or whatever, it was the fact that the Mavericks would go on a run. There would be a moment where there's all this energy and momentum going their way, and Kyrie Irving would huck up some garbage ass 3, or maybe just a wide open 3, but he hasn't been hitting them, so it's always ass, and it just kills everything. And I want to say that the Boston fans have some sort of play in that because they are so intrigued and hate watching this Kyrie Irving performance that as soon as he misses a 3 or misses anything, that crowd is getting louder than if it's fucking Dwight Powell missing the shot. You know what I mean? But there's an obvious reason as to why the Mavericks slowed down on the offensive end, and that was because of the Boston Celtics defense. I knew that the Boston Celtics defense was good, but I didn't know that it was this fucking good. So many moments from Jaylen Brown, especially where he's able just to hog Luka Doncic and not let him go anywhere, have him turn over the ball. Moments from Drew Holiday as well, where he just wouldn't stop. Like, so many hustle plays that led to 3s or 2s or just points overall. Like, it was crazy to see. It was pure effort, pure hustle, and I really can't give enough credit to Jaylen Brown, especially because he's been doing this all series and all playoffs as well. And unlike game 1, it wasn't Jaylen Brown that was the head of the offensive end of this team. It was Drew Holiday. I don't know how, but Drew Holiday dropped damn near 30 points in this game. I think he had a double-double. I might be wrong on that, but so many of his baskets were pure hustle plays where he was getting himself to the right spot at the right time. He was putting in the extra effort to get to that position where he is open. And I also want to say as well, because no one is going to give him credit, but Jason Tatum, playmaking wise, we need to talk about it. Tatum has obviously been getting trolled all NBA Finals because he hasn't been the offensive guy that we've seen him be before. But if you're actually watching this game, you know that he's not able to really play offense because he's getting smothered on every single possession. I swear to God, there's one play where Derek Lively damn near runs from outside the fucking arc into the paint just to double team Jason Tatum. And so a lot of these moments are leading to Tatum needing to kick the ball out to to whoever it is, and a lot of these times, because he's being doubled or triple teamed or whatever, he's able to find the open man right away. And a lot of times in this game, it was Drew Holiday. So that's been huge for not only Tatum, but also Drew Holiday to be able to put himself into those situations. But we do need to say one thing real quick about Jason Tatum. I understand that he might miss shots because he's getting doubled or tripled, but it's these open threes or these open mid-range shots that he's always missing. It doesn't do anything but add on to the fact that you're getting cooked out there. It's not the misses where he's smothered where I question him. It's the open shots that he can't seem to make where I really start to hate him a little bit. But now that I've gone over every single personal player performance, we need to talk about why the Dallas Mavericks lost this game. Because it was after game 1 where I saw a ton of people, especially on Twitter, even in my own YouTube comments, saying that if Kyrie Irving has a good game, as soon as he's able to be activated, the game will not only be close, but there will also be a solid chance where the Dallas Mavericks can take the game. And I do agree with that point to an extent. My biggest talking point in my last video was that the Dallas Mavericks cannot win this game with twos. They need to shoot more threes than the Boston Celtics. They need to at least be able to make more threes than the Boston Celtics. And in this game, it was their perfect opportunity to win because the Boston Celtics shot a god-awful 25% from three. They made 10 threes out of damn near basically 40 attempts, whereas the Dallas Mavericks made 6 threes on 26 attempts. You cannot win this game when you have Kyrie Irving driving into the paint and going and taking contested layups. That's not how you win this series at all. You need to make more threes. Kyrie needs to be a efficient three-point shooter. PJ Washington has to be able to make those kick-out threes, and we're not seeing it. The Dallas Mavericks, PJ Washington shot 1 for 5 from 3 in this game. Kyrie Irving 0 for 3. Luka was the only one hitting it at an efficient rate. And in games like this where the Boston Celtics shot so bad, that's when you take advantage. These are the games that they win. Not to mention, they got out-rebounded 11 fucking rebounds. The Mavericks got 11 more rebounds than the Boston Celtics. How are you not winning these games? And that fully makes me think, in my head, the Mavericks have no chance. Because if they can't take advantage of games like this, I don't know how much worse the Boston Celtics can play. I don't know how bad they can be and how good the Mavericks need to be in order for them to win a game, let alone win an entire fucking series. I feel like the only way that we see the Mavericks win at least one game is if we get a huge game from both Luka Doncic and Kyrie and the Boston Celtics play terribly. If the Boston Celtics play their normal game, I don't care what numbers Luka and Kyrie has, they're not winning it. That's just how that is. I feel like it's either that or it's going to be like Luka and like PJ Washington goes crazy from 3 or something like that. Like some random role player on the Mavericks is going to step up and have an insane night, and that might give them one game at home, but that doesn't fucking matter. That doesn't get you anywhere. But yeah, I had some bullet points that I wanted to go over, but a majority of everything that I said just kind of came off the top of my head. So I'm sorry if I missed anything or if there was any like little things that I should have gone over. I know that Peyton Pritchard hit this crazy ass buzzer beater. I'm pretty sure it was at halftime. Wild that that was the first shot he's made in the finals. That was your one shot that you make in the finals, a buzzer beater logo. Like that is insane. Anyways, I want to hear what you guys think about the finals so far. So drop all your opinions and takes down below in the comments. I read and respond to every single one. And if you missed my professional analysis after game 1, go ahead and click that video up on the screen as well. Trust me, there's some good takeaways that maybe you can learn and apply when you watch game 3. Anyways, I'll see you guys all in the next one. Later.